Ladies and gentlemen, the Near Fall Network proudly brings to you the modern-day Micah Raja, the guru of grappling gab, the one, the only, Shooter!
Near Fall Nation, say hello to the bald guy, and welcome to another episode of Drive-By with Shooter. As always, thanks for stopping in and checking out what I do. If you followed myself, High Fiver, King of Nerds, for any amount of time, possibly at the other wrestling page we were once a part of, you know that this time of year, we like to reflect on the past year that was in professional wrestling and also kind of see what was the best of the best. Now, last year at the other place, we talked amongst ourselves, picked like match of the year, superstar of the year, blah, blah, blah. This time, since we have our awesome Near Fall Nation MVPs over on the Near Fall Network Facebook page, we decided to include them, get some votes, we gave categories, but we didn't nominate people. We said, let's just let ourselves and the fans nominate and pick what they liked, and we'll tally it from that. And I don't want to give too much away on the podcast. The runaway winner for male and female superstar of the year, AJ Styles, Alexa Bliss. But do yourself a favor, if you haven't already, pause this podcast right now, head over to our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/nearfallnetwork, and check out King of Nerds year in review. He did it live this past Friday, December 29th, and it's awesome. I mean, he goes over everything that we loved about professional wrestling in 2017. What I want to touch on a couple things that we ended the year on, and then I want to take a look into my crystal ball and give you guys a few predictions. It's going to be a little bit of a shorter show today. Squeezing these in the holiday is tough. It's why we haven't done as much on the Facebook. And family time, work is weird and different during this time of year for pretty much everybody. So just bear with us. We'll get back into the swing of things after the holidays. But I didn't want to leave you guys completely hanging. So I find it interesting that we have new tag team champions on Raw. Dean Ambrose is out. He's injured, reportedly out for possibly 9 months, which I think is a little bit of a work. Probably not a complete 9-month overhaul, or I don't want to mean overhaul, but it's not going to be a 9-month injury, I don't think. I would 6 maybe. I'm hoping they said 9 just to give that element of surprise, and they're hoping he's back in 4 to 6. 6 probably being more realistic, but we'll see. But anyway, Jason Jordan was added to be Seth Rollins' partner for his championship rematch, and they won the tag titles. I like this. Now, I've been saying for a couple weeks now how much I like where they're going with Jason Jordan's character. I don't know if this continues that or if this changes things. I've seen conflicting reports. I've seen reports that Finn Balor was the option, and then they decided no, they'll go with Jason Jordan instead, and that there will be all kind of, things changed, stopped, halted, directions changed. But this is pro wrestling. This is what happens. You hear it all the time. It ain't ballet. And people get injured, people get hurt, and storylines suffer. The biggest one this year that suffered from it is The Shield. We haven't had the Shield reunion that we all thought we were going to get when we first got it. Some people debate that it never should have happened in the first place, and maybe this shows that was true. I don't know. I love The Shield, as a lot of people do. I really wanted us to get where it needed to go, and as we discussed last week, it hasn't, and I'm not sure how we get there. I don't know if it's something we just bury and try to forget about, or if it's something that we really long-term tell a story, and when Ambrose comes back, he comes back for a reason, and that reason is to actually start this thing again. I don't know. It's interesting. I do like the pairing of Jordan and Rollins. Look, say what you want about the gimmick that Jordan was strapped with. Say what you want about his ability to carry this character. I think he's doing a fine job. That's just me. The truth of the matter is that Jason Jordan is phenomenal in the ring. He does some amazing things. He's a young guy. He's a stellar performer when the bell rings. Now, after that, it's all up to debate. Some people like what he's doing. Some people hate what he's doing. Some people don't like him just because they didn't want this whole Kurt Angle son thing to be his thing. And you got to remember, guys, this is still a television show. It's not real life. It's not a sport. It's a television entertainment show. Just like, even though, product like New Japan is presented more sport, like, it's still a TV show. It's not a legit fight. It's stories being told either by actual storytelling outside the ring or by storytelling in the ring. And it's just what it comes down to. So if someone's given a character and they can develop it, let them develop it. If someone's given a character that sucks and there's nothing you can do, no matter who it is, sometimes that's unfortunate. But you look at a guy like The Undertaker, that character in reality never should have worked. He's basically a walking zombie priest. I don't know. But let's be honest. If someone told you that that would be one of the biggest, most enduring characters for the past 20 plus, 25 odd years, you'd think they were insane. But who doesn't love The Undertaker? I'm asking. Because who doesn't? I don't know very many people that don't love The Undertaker. And rightfully so. Because the character development was there. The commitment to the character from the performer was there. And that comes into the Woken stuff. The Woken Matt Hardy, Broken Matt Hardy, whatever you want to call him. But he is invested in his character and now has the potential to... I would never say that anyone's going to match what The Undertaker did, but with a character like Woken Matt Hardy and with the dedication to the character that Matt Hardy has, it could get very interesting. Now, the other flip side of that is Bray Wyatt, who is in this feud with Woken Matt Hardy. And I think Bray Wyatt lives his character pretty well. I think he does blur lines between the real man and the character. Wyndham Rotunda and Bray Wyatt. Are they different? Are they the same? It's a matter of opinion, but I think they do it. He does it very well to blur those lines, and hasn't quite worked for him, but that is not his fault. That, to me, is a booking issue. These are just some of the things that kind of caught my attention this past week in wrestling. We had SmackDown, and we've got some developments with Vacant now, as we joked last week, but Vacant is now the U.S. champion. He's like the most winningest WWE champion there is. He's held every title belt multiple times. It's pretty insane. Vacant is a badass, but I don't know where we're going with that. I don't know where Dolph Ziggler fits into this picture. I wonder if there'll be he's so Shawn Michaels-esque. I wonder, is there going to be a return where he says, no, I'm back and I'm the real champ, and then we do like a champ versus champ match to crown the actual U.S. champ? Maybe at Mania, ladder match. And I'm just throwing stuff at the wall, but hey, who knows? But 2017, all in all, has been a fun year for wrestling, no matter how you look at it. The women have thrived and gone places we never thought we would see. The tournaments on WWE Network have been spectacular. The new talent coming in, the talent that is there that is being used right, is being used well. AJ Styles is the freaking man and has earned his spot, has earned where he rightfully should be, and let's hope he stays there for a very long time. I just think as a wrestling fan, and that's just WWE. You look at outside of WWE and everything that's going on with different organizations in 2017, Lucha Underground was confirmed to get a season 4. I believe they're going to start taping sometime next year. So that's coming. You had the Netflix series Glow, which was a really good series, a fun series about the women of wrestling from the 80s, and just really fun for a wrestling fan. Media things, other organizations, New Japan making a move into North America, Chris freaking Jericho doing a shot at New Japan, like putting eyes on that product that we might not see the impact right away, but this is going to change things and leading into 2018. And although I got to clean my crystal ball off here, I want to talk about some of that. So don't go anywhere. Oh yes, 2017 is coming to an end, and 2018 is just around the corner. So I'm sitting here looking in my crystal ball, and I'm going to give you some of Shooter's bold predictions for 2018 and professional wrestling. I'm going to just start by giving you some of the things I see in the future champions in the WWE. Roman Reigns, obviously, scheduled to take on the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. We know that it's been in pencil since last year at WrestleMania, and now it's pretty much in Sharpie. We'll probably get that final answer by Royal Rumble or shortly thereafter Royal Rumble, if not that night. It all depends on the way they go. Roman doesn't need to win the Rumble. For his sake, I pray that he doesn't. They can get to that match with Brock without him winning the Rumble, and somebody else needs that spot. But Roman is a future Universal Champ, and there's not even a shadow of a doubt in this prediction. The only thing that creeps up behind him is possibly the monster among men, Braun Strowman. Does Braun Strowman get that push? Does Braun Strowman win at the Royal Rumble and we don't even do this Brock Roman thing? I think too many eggs are in the basket, but there's this foggy spot on the crystal ball that is a monster walking towards them as a champion. Now, one way or another in 2018, Braun Strowman will also carry that Universal title. They've just found something in him. They've found something in him as a babyface and also a heel, and I think he works either way, but he's so popular with the fans, and from what I'm seeing here in my crystal ball is he's going to be a face, and he's going to be a face champion, and he's going to do a lot for this company in 2018, possibly pushing Roman out of the way. And over on the SmackDown side, two guys that I really see making a move. AJ Styles looks to be positioned to still be the man to carry SmackDown on his back, and I do think that's true. But Sami Zayn is right and ready for a heel run as a champion, to be that annoying heel champion that just shouldn't win but does, and beats the guys he shouldn't beat but does, and does it in dirty ways, and holds the championship above everyone, still not grateful that he's even in that position. And I see that happening, or even a double turn with him and Kevin Owens with this title involved. It has to happen in 2018. I don't know if it's a later year thing or an early year thing, but it has to happen. And the next one there is Shinsuke Nakamura has to make an impact in 2018. I see it on the horizon. I've had my fingers crossed for, well, since Money in the Bank, when we had the AJ Styles Nakamura stare down. And dear God, please let that be a WrestleMania match that is beyond anything that any fan could. If there's any question of this might not be the greatest WrestleMania card, you put that match on for the WWE Championship, and I don't think you're going to have much complaining from the fans, and if you do, then you just have proven there's no pleasing them. Outside of WWE and Universal Champions, we also have the possibility of returns, and I'm turning the crystal ball here, looking on the other side for the returns to WWE for 2018, and the first one I see is right in front of us against Daniel Bryan. They're telling the story. There's tension between him and Shane. This has to come to something. It has to. I refuse to believe that it won't. I'm not even sure that I want it to, but it is. And he's doing everything from refereeing matches where he could possibly get hit to running the ropes as a referee in a dark match and doing a rope run spot with Sami Zayn. This couldn't be allowed if he was on a do not touch list, right? The crystal ball says he's coming back. And the crystal ball also states that he will 100% wrestle in 2018. It just has a little fog on where. But using my bold power, I'm predicting that Daniel Bryan will wrestle in the WWE in a WWE ring and will be doing this by WrestleMania in New Orleans, WrestleMania 34. Another return, something that the crystal ball is very, very, very unclear on, but it does look. I see a Pepsi logo, I see a lightning bolt in the Chicago flag. It's CM Punk. Yeah, CM Punk will return to pro wrestling in 2018. I say this only because, according to the crystal ball, he has nothing else to do. He's not making the wave he thought he would in UFC, and quite frankly, he misses the spotlight. He misses the attention, and he misses being the center of something important. Now, I can't quite tell you where. I'd say it's 50-50 that he's in WWE or another organization such as Ring of Honor or New Japan. All would be fine places for him, and all would welcome him with open arms. But it's almost a certainty. You heard it here, that I'm predicting CM Punk returns to the WWE or pro wrestling in general in the year 2018. Another return that we will obviously get is something I talked about earlier, and this is Dean Ambrose. The question is, how does he return? Does he return as a good guy or as a bad guy? Does he return to recreate the Shield that was left in shambles by the measles, mumps, injuries, and everything else that could possibly happen? Or does he come back to further decimate that brotherhood? I don't know the answer to that question, but I do know that as bad as injuries are, and you never hope that someone gets hurt, even if you don't like them, and if you do, just don't even listen to my show because you're a sick person. That being said, this could be the best thing to happen to Dean Ambrose. This could be the best thing to happen to the Shield in this incarnation, as it has not really come to the level that it should have. And a returning Ambrose could bring that fire to either story. Either a Shield reuniting and building back up, or a Shield being finally destroyed and put in the coffin. Speaking of coffins, another return I see possibly on the horizon is that of the dead man, The Undertaker. While I don't personally want to see it, there seems to be a lot of buzz, and the crystal ball is picking up on it. Do we get Taker against John Cena? Do we get a tag team of the Brothers of Destruction? I'm not sure, and I want to say no, but there's so much energy about it that the crystal ball is just saying there's a good chance we haven't seen The Undertaker for the final time in the WWE ring. My con to that is I feel like his ending was pretty much spot on. Leaving the way he did at WrestleMania with his hat and coat in the ring and leaving beaten but not destroyed is the way that The Undertaker should go. And if he's going to leave, then he should be beaten by someone who is believed to be the face and future of the company. Next, I'm going to look at some debuts, and we've got some debuts that I'm predicting for 2018. As I clean the crystal ball, it's pretty much a given that former IWGP Tag Champs, Ring of Honor Tag Champs, War Machine are going to be coming to the WWE. NXT, main roster, I'm not sure where they land at first. I'm not sure when they land. I'm not sure it's 100%, but I'd give it an 85%. And I think we may have some really, really fantastic tag matches to look forward to in 2018. 2017 is a tough year to top for tag team wrestling. So we got to mark that down and see what happens. Another debut that is on the horizon is the possibility of, again, 3-time junior heavyweight IWGP champion, also 6-man open tag champ, known as Prince Puma in Lucha Underground, but more known or more well known as Ricochet. It's heavily rumored that he's coming, that he's going to be in WWE, and he is also bringing a known female talent, which the crystal ball clearly says is his girlfriend, Tessa Blanchard, who I don't understand how she isn't already signed to an NXT contract at the least. So you can see that a lot of these debuts are potential new blood, new talent, people who have built a name for themselves but maybe haven't been seen by the broadest audience that they could, and that excites me because it brings new challenges and new interest to the WWE and to professional wrestling in general. Hold on, I'm getting another. There was this weird tweet that came out this week from one Flip Gordon of Ring of Honor fame, and he said basically that next year should be even better, or something to that effect, but of course he capitalized NXT in the word next, and everyone's talking. And who knows what that means? Is it a being the elite storyline? Where do you think you're going? Is it the truth? I don't know. The crystal ball doesn't even know. But I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. I'm also interested to see if there's any debuts that will creep under the radar. You know, we've got this craziness that's going on with Y2J going to New Japan, and does he pry some people out of there and bring them to WWE with him? Does he even come back to WWE? That is another return that we could see, a Y2J return. The crystal ball doesn't want to talk about that right now. The crystal ball wants to talk about under the radar Bullet Club members. We're not going to see Kenny Omega. We're not going to see the Young Bucks in the WWE, at least not in 2018, if ever. But the crystal ball sees a guy like Marty Scurll sneaking over in the night and jumping ship to the WWE. It sees that and it's calling it. Crystal ball says he's not sure. It's not sure if it's 2018, but it's a very strong possibility. I'm cleaning the crystal ball and looking, and I do see another return. A return that I missed. A big return that might be just right around the corner. Tommaso Ciampa coming back. The Psycho Killer coming back from his injury and hopefully reigniting the storyline between him and DIY partner Johnny Gargano, who is now the number one contender for the NXT Championship. This has so much good written all over it that the crystal ball is actually starting to shake, guys, and I can't control it. It's also telling me not to forget to tell you that Y2J will in fact be back in the WWE before 2018 is over. It doesn't know when, but it just is telling me that Y2J is not done with WWE because he will not be finished creating a career for himself that signify and solidifies the fact that he is absolutely the greatest of all time. Guys, I'm so excited for 2018, 2017. I think will be looked back as a great year in professional wrestling. Even if you don't think so right now, I think people will realize how good it really was when they just sit down and think about it. I want to thank everybody for spending the last few months with me on this show. No matter what medium you listen to me, whether it was on YouTube or now the new iTunes that I am running, I thank you for taking the time to take an interest in something that I'm doing. You know, I'm just a wrestling fan. I don't know more than you. I don't know more than anybody. I take in wrestling media, and I use the 30 plus years I have of watching the entertainment that is professional wrestling and trying to use that to figure out what I think is going to happen or to form a smart opinion on what I see happening. And I just thank each and every one of you for every stream, every download, everything, every visit to the Facebook page. And I do want to ask a favor of all of you. If you're listening on iTunes, please subscribe and please leave me a 5-star review. Leave a review, let me know what you think and just let iTunes know that you're listening to the show. YouTube, if you're on the YouTube format, YouTube's struggling with us. I'm actually doing more downloads on iTunes than views on YouTube. And I get it because this is an audio. It's not a visual thing. And I totally understand. That's why I wanted to bring this to iTunes in some form of streaming or downloadable format. That being said, if you're a fan of what we do, we're going to be doing different stuff on YouTube eventually. And go ahead and subscribe to our channel. The more subscribers we get, we can do more on that show. And our bread and butter is our Facebook, facebook.com/Nearfall Network. If you could give that a like as well, be greatly appreciated. Good things coming in the future for the Nearfall Network. At least 2 of us will be at Fastlane this year, WWE Fastlane, so that's going to be exciting. Possibly 3, but at least 2 for sure. And we'll give you the best coverage we can, the best opinions that we can. We'll try to be entertaining. We'll try to be fair. And we'll try to, as I like to do, be the voice of reason and explain to you why wrestling is still fun. And that's why we watch it. So let's keep it that way. Guys, I say it every time. It's been real. It's been fun. We'll catch you next time.